sound off on my phone. I'm waiting for, well, I'm not waiting for, I am waiting for a phone call. I am waiting for a phone call. I dropped my car off at the mechanic this morning and they're gonna call me when it's ready. Good morning, my name is Lee. Welcome back to the corner. I feel like this might be a chaotic episode today. It's been a while. Went out of town, but I'll tell you about that at the end of the episode. For now, we have a big ol' coffee. Like I said, I dropped my car off at the mechanic this morning and my ritual, this battery wasn't charged. My ritual when dropping my car off at the mechanic is drop it off and then stop at one of the two bakeries that are between my mechanic and my house, which are 6 blocks apart from each other. So within those 6 blocks, there are 2 bakeries and I get a sweet treat and a coffee. So I did that this morning, but I got a 16-ounce latte, which normally they just put 2 shots of espresso in. I asked for an extra shot of espresso because 2 shots in 16 ounces isn't a whole lot. But they only pull doubles. So she's like, should I just put the 4th one in there? And I was like, is this one better? We will see if this battery lasts any longer. Oh. But yeah, so I have 4 shots of espresso in here. It's a lot. It's a lot of espresso. All right, so it has been over 2 weeks since I filmed last. It is currently Thursday. Yes, Thursday, something. April 6th. Thursday, April 6th. And I'm filming so late in the week because I was out of town and I didn't come back until I arrived back home Tuesday morning after being gone for a week. I say Tuesday morning, I mean my train got in at like 5 a.m. or 4:45 a.m., something like that. Then I had to take the bus home and then hike the 3 blocks from the bus stop back to my house with all my luggage. Which isn't too bad, but I mean, it's I still had to do it. But anyways, am I crooked? Yeah, so after I got home, I passed out and I didn't do anything else the rest of Tuesday. I tried to just recover for 24 hours. So I did that, and then it was Wednesday, and Wednesday my husband and I decided to have, since I was gone for a week, a day of just hanging out with each other. So we did that, and yeah, so no work got done on Wednesday either. And now it's Thursday. It's late in the week now officially, and I'm just getting back to the schedule, the normal things that I normally do. I missed y'all. It's good. It's good to be back. I think it is time for me to schedule a haircut. It's overdue. I have some new cast-ons to show you today. I didn't tell you what this is. This is a crafting video podcast where I, Lee, talk to you about all of the things that I have been making recently. And it's all knitting today. Sometimes there's cross-stitch, crochet, and sewing. But for today, all of the whips are knitting. So that's that. And I have a few finished objects, small ones, but finished nonetheless. A few new cast-ons, including a couple of test knits. So that's exciting. Also, last week I had a bonus video go up talking about my spring plans, knitting plans, so that I would have a video up while I was out of town. And if you watch that, you will see that I've started a couple of those projects already. If you did not watch that, I recommend it. It just talks about what I want to do over these next couple months of spring. Yeah, if you don't want to watch it, that's fine. I'll still talk about those things here whenever I get around to them. All right, let's start. Let's just get started. Let's talk about things. Let's talk about stuff. I have 3 finished objects today. Let's just hop right on in. They're all socks. Surprise! I know it has been very light on the socks over here for a while now, but I traveled. And what do you work on when you travel? Socks. So yeah, also before I left, I had to decide what projects I was taking with me, and I had a couple of pairs of socks that were really, really close to being finished, and I was like, I'm not leaving these so close to being done, and I'm not taking them with me, knowing I can finish them in like 20 minutes. So I hurried up and tried to finish a couple pairs before I left. And then I finished 1 pair while I was out, while I was gone. And the first pair I'm going to show you here, I'm trying to I didn't actually weave in my ends, I'm stuffing them in, are my Salem socks. They're finally done. I started these last fall, so this is probably one of the longest going pair of socks I've like ever done. But they're done now, and I love them. They are a sock set from Sorella yarn, and it is an old sock set. This was deep stash. This was the Salem sock set from her OG Hocus Pocus collection, like years ago now. And this is the main color, Salem. It's got this gorgeous little like micro striping thing going on. And then it came with these two contrast colors as well. I don't know the names of those, but that is that. I just did a normal 2x2 cuff. My vanilla sock recipe is always in the description box down below if you're curious. And then I did 3 rounds, come on, focus. 3 rounds of knit, 5 rounds of a stripe, 3 rounds of the main color, and then 5 rounds of a stripe, and then back into the main color. And I did the same thing here. I just stopped a little bit before the toe and did the 5 round stripes again, so that it would be cute matchy matchy, and I'd get to use both of my contrast colors. And that's what they look like. Vanilla socks, Salem socks done. Oh, another whip down, another whip down, another one bites the dust. All right, next FO, another pair of socks. And these are also, the ends are also not woven in on this one. Oh my God. Well, I wasn't gonna weave the ends in while I was on vacation, but I finished my mom's, look, they look so small. I finished my mom's wool-free socks, the first pair. And I had one of these finished already, but the second one I finished while I was out of town. I think I was only like through the cuff maybe last time you saw it. I don't remember. But this is what they look like. These are for my mother, like I said, and they are, oh, you can see the color variation on this a little bit better with this stockinette sole. You can see the color variation there. So there is some variation in this color. It's not just white, even though it kind of looks like it. But these were this was a sock set from LaRue Cotton, and it was a one of a kind. So there wasn't a name or anything. It was a one-off, and it was this main color and then this really bright pink contrast color that I used for the heel and toe. And I did a 2x2 broken rib for the entire leg and top of foot for these. It's one of my favorites. I love how it looks. I didn't do a super long leg. My mom lives in South Carolina and she gets constantly warm, so she doesn't wear like a really long legged sock, but not a little shorty either. So those are those. She also has much smaller feet than me, so these felt really fast. I do hers 60 stitches around in this base. This base is different than wool. It knits up at a tighter gauge for me. So I do 60 stitches, knit the length to a size US Women's 8 foot, and that's that. This last FO is a secret test knit that I participated in. I was approached by Hannah of Herb Garden Knitwear. These actually aren't washed yet. I took photos of them today, so they've like been on feet, but I haven't actually washed them yet. They're a little bit big for me, but that's not the pattern's fault, that's my fault for not doing a proper gauge swatch, because that's who I am as a person, and you know what, that's okay. So this was a secret test knit from Hannah of Herb Garden Knitwear. I have knit many things for her, and in fact just finished another test for her, that pink, bright pink vest, same designer. But I've knit before a top from her called the Seaborn Tee, and it's just a really cute striped t-shirt type top with little skinny stripes all over it. Super cute. I love it. I wear it all the time. And she approached me and a group of testers about testing a secret new design, which is the Seaborn socks. and they're not secret anymore. She announced in her podcast already about these, and the pattern will be released tomorrow as I'm filming this. So Friday, April 7th. I don't know when this is going up. So hopefully tomorrow or this weekend. So these will be out, and she's going to be doing a cute little knit along too. But you can do these striped or just one solid color, but it has the signature Seabourn seashell edge. And then these are the same type of micro stripes that she does in the tee. And I did them in the socks as well. Several testers did just one color, but I did the stripes. I thought they really made it. And I love how they turned out. They're so cute. They're very, very cute. This yarn was a joy to work with. And I'm obsessed with this color combo. Like, you can see some bits of this bright blue in here. I used the colors. The main color here is from Lost Creek Yarn Company, and it's bookstore number 12. And this was a gift from a friend. She gave me 50 grams to work with, and I used 46, I think, for this pair of the main color. Now I also used 8 grams for the contrast color, which I just used Knit Pick Stroll fingering in the color Rhapsody. I love this color. It's beautiful. And it just happened to go so well with this hand-dyed yarn. I love it so much. These are so, so beautiful. These have a very roomy heel. It's a stockinette heel flap, so it's nice and forgiving, generous in size. And yeah, that's how it goes. If I may knit another pair of these, if I do, I will be substituting the heel flap and gusset out for Fish Lips Kiss heel, because that's what I do. But it is very easy to do that in this pattern. So there you go. That's my other FO. She also tells you how to do this jogless stripe. And you can kind of see, because I haven't washed these yet, I have a feeling that after I wash these, you won't be able to see it like at all. But you see this like faint line going diagonally here? That's where my stripes jog. But the stripes themselves are nice and smooth. It's a really cool technique. Once you get the hang of it, it does take a little bit of getting used to, but it's really nice. Really good. All right, coffee. Then we'll start in on whips. I also have quite a few acquisitions to show you today. I did a little bit of shopping while I was in Chicago. Also got a couple of packages in the mail. And not all the shopping I did was for me either. I'm gonna show you everything I got in Chicago, because it's not all like crafting related. I am an illustrator. If you don't know, I'm a full-time illustrator by day. And one of the things I do is I go to conventions and I peddle my wares. But at conventions, I also tend to shop. So I have some goodies from other artists that I purchased for me and my husband as well. And my sister. I think oh my god, all of these sweaters are new cast-ons. Oops. All right, we'll start in here first. This is, in this bag, this is a cute unicorn project bag from Haley of LeighKnits. And in here I have my newest sock design. I was so confident yesterday that this was ready to be written up and an email sent out to testers. I was so confident, and now I'm like second guessing myself again. And when I say second guessing myself, I mean like 4th and 5th time guessing myself, just because I want these to be perfect. And yeah, it's going. But anyways, these are my new sock design. There is no name for them yet, but I'll show you what they look like. They're not going to really look any different once I make the change. I just need to adjust the sizing because the nature of this fabric is very tight, very like, so I need to, I think, add some stitches into each of the sizes to accommodate for the extra tight fabric here. I think I'll be doing that because I tried these on last night and they do fit, but they feel like tight. So I think even just like 2 extra stitches, maybe 4, would really do some good here. But this is my new sock design. we have some good progress here. I made it all the way past the heel and then was able to try it on and then like think about it. So yeah, I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna do about this sample, if I'm just gonna muscle through and then make the changes in the written pattern and then maybe knit a second sample. I might just do that because these do fit even though they're like, they just fit. I might do that because I have a second sample in mind already. But this is what it looks like up close. It's just another fun play on a ribbed sock, but it's got this textured rib alternating with this little rib, and then it's got a little tiny cable detail right here at the cuff, and it's all twisted stitches. Anyways, that's really all I can say about it except for the yarn. I guess I could tell you about the yarn. Look how cute it's like pulling. This is pulling. It's a Holly Press Fibers in the color Excessively Fond of a Cottage. Maybe, if that's wrong, I'll put it on the screen here. The tag is on the other side of the room. But it's one of her Sense and Sensibility colorways. And I love it so much. It's so light and delicate for spring. Perfect. Comes with this pink mini. It's just great. I love it so much. That's it. That's the only sock whip I have that I've worked on these past couple of weeks. I still have Brad's octopus socks going, but they didn't go with me out of town. So no work on those. I will need to start another pair of my mom's socks here very shortly though. All right, let's talk about other whips. And I think all of these now are new cast-ons. The first one here is in my Barbie bag from Junk Yarn. Did I show you this? I can't remember if I showed you this. I definitely talked about it in my spring cast on video, but I may have showed you this. I may have just cast this on. But anyways, this is my Me Oh My Tee, which is a pattern from Park Williams or Park and Knit. And this is a little spring knit along we're doing at my local yarn shop. Little Me Oh My Tee. It's just a very basic t-shirt with a rolled hem. And I am knitting mine out of Noro Kakegori in the color 6 Akashi. And this is a 50% cotton, 30% silk, 10% viscose, and 10% polyamide blend. And the color 6 Kakegori is this beautiful purple with all of these amazing little rainbow flecks in it. It's incredible. It's a little bit tough to work with because it is 50% cotton and it's not 50% like Pima cotton or anything. It's definitely that dry cotton feeling kind of cotton. Cotton, cotton, cotton. How many times can I say cotton? But I am working my way through the body. This is a bottom up top. And I am about, it's rolled so it looks a little bit shorter than it is. But I'm about, I don't know, am I 5 inches yet? I'm like 5.5 inches up the body. I am going to be adding a little bit of length. I think she says to knit to 7 inches in her pattern. But with the roll, that takes off like 1/2 inch. And that's not enough for me. So I'm gonna add at least 1 inch to the length of the body. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just working through the body. Once the body's done though, it's all downhill from there. That's the great thing about a top or bottom up sweater, is that once you get through the body, you don't get stuck on any islands. Like this is a short sleeve top, so there won't be a sleeve island. It'll be so fast once I get to the armpit and the split. Then you're doing all the interesting stuff that flies by. I love that part. So this is what it looks like knit up, the fabric. It is so, so beautiful, so fun. I'm so excited to wear this for spring. This knit along is going on through the entire month of April. Okay, I think I need to take a break, but I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Sorry if the lighting's changed. It's been a little while later. long enough for my coffee to get cold. Ooh. Where were we? Oh, we were talking about whips, my new cast on stuff. So we got through the Mio Mighty. Can you hear him? Are those some good screeches? My baby. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. We have a pud appearance. We have an appearance. Special guest. Special guest. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're so chaotic. Oh my god. Go lay down. Go lay down somewhere. Alright, the next whip is a new cast on in my quilted project bag that I made. One of the first ones I made. And this was a project I talked about in my spring knitting plans video. And I just wanted to start this, so I did. And I have here the slanty stripes. This is a project by Emily Curtis, and or a pattern by Emily Curtis. Did I say project? I don't remember. And I am using some 70s colors. I am very excited about this project. It is a joy to work on. I left it home when I went out of town and I missed it. So I am doing, in the back here, she has like a chart of how to do the stripes. Each stripe is 2 colors and they're knit intarsia so that you have like color blocking going on. And she made plans for the color blocking like ratios that she did for her sample. And I'm following those exactly. I'm using my own colors and I just assigned my colors here at the top. 1 for 1. There we go. You can see I wrote my color underneath. So I just did my colors 1 for 1. And I'm doing exactly like she did there. And I am knitting the size 1, 2, 3, 4. Size 4, which is, I don't know, where's the beginning of this? Here we go. 48-inch finished bust measurement. I have a 42-inch bust, so that gives me 6 inches of positive ease. Should be perfect and give me some wiggle room. And I am using here, oh my god, this looks so good. I had this mini set from Little Lionhead Knits for a while called the 70s mini set. And these are the colors that came in the mini set. So cute. And the color I picked to use with these is Brooklyn Tweed Peary in the color Hickory, which is a super dark true brown. You're gonna, okay, there we go. So this is a truly 70s vibe here. I adore it. And let me show you how far I've gotten. This top is worked flat across, flat because of the intarsia. It is worked in pieces. So I'm on the back right now. I am this far. Oh, you can see a little bit of the green over here. That's the only green I have in here so far. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's it up close. I have an end here I need to weave in. So it's not a proper hole. But this is Brooklyn Tweed Peary, this dark brown. And then it's got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors. And every stripe I put in here, it just makes me happier and happier. This is going to be an insanely good top. I have 3 color block stripes so far. I need to do 4 more before I start shaping for the back armholes. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say about this. I'm just so in love with it. It's so good and it's going to be so comfy. Brooklyn Tweed Peary is a delight, frankly. I love Brooklyn Tweed yarns, like adore them. I love a non-superwash and their worsted spun yarns like Peary and Arbor are just so plump and delicious. I love them so much. So fun to knit this, like physically fun to work on. It's a great hand feel. It's like mouth feel when you talk about food. It's a great hand feel knitting this up. And the stripes are fun. And they're only 5 rows each, so it's, you just want to keep going. You just want to get to the next stripe and then you want to finish it. It's great. Very, very fun pattern. Yeah, I recommend it so far. I have not, you know, got to the seaming and stuff yet, but I don't think it'll be too bad. It's just up the sides. That is the next, my next new cast on. I'm so excited. I have the 1 mini skein set and I have 2 skeins of the Brooklyn Tweed Peary. No, I have 3 skeins of the Brooklyn Tweed Peary. So that's 150 grams of Brooklyn Tweed Peary for the main color, and then the mini skein set for the contrasts, which are 20 gram minis each, so that's 100 grams each for a size 4 48-inch bust top. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, we only have one more whip and then we'll start going through these acquisitions. So the last whip I have here is also a new cast on, and this is in my newer project bag, my newer quilted project bag that I finished. And this one's a little bit bigger than this one. And it holds this sweater just fine. Surprise, it's a sweater. This is a test knit. I actually signed up, I think I mentioned in the last episode that I signed up for a test knit for Alicia Plummer for one of her new sweater designs, and I have since started it. So this is going to be a bat wing sweater, so it looks ridiculous on the needles right now. Called the Sunday Noon Sweater. I think I just showed you a picture of what it looks like, and I was trying to decide about what yarn, my yarn choice. But now I am almost through the increases. This is a batwing sweater, like I said, and it is knit from the bottom up. So the construction is different than what I normally do. And as we go up, we are increasing for the sleeves to make the batwing shape. So I am almost done with my sleeve increases. I just have one more repeat and then a row to do. And then it doesn't look, it's gonna block out a little bit too. But it's got this really fun all over texture. And I am using, her sample was knit in 2 contrasting colored stripes, but they were very low contrast, and I really liked that low contrast look. So what I decided to do is take my main color, this olivey green here. There we go. Take this main color here and hold it throughout the entire sweater, and then just hold a surrey for the contrast stripes. So at an angle you can see it a little bit better how I did. I'm holding on these textured stripes here. There's no surrey, and then surrey on the 2 rows between. So that is how that's going. I think it's really beautiful, and I'm really excited to be done with the increases and start getting to something different, because right now I'm just working in the round for an eternity, and that's never the best part of anything. That's a lot of stitches. I'm knitting a pretty large size. I'm knitting the like size up from what I normally would, because I went by the hip measurement and for my hips, and I wanted it to be just like, I didn't want it to be tight on my hips, and everything else is just huge positive ease anyway, because it's like sleeves that come out to here from you. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I love how it looks. I'm a little bit nervous about how short this is. Just a hair, because I do not have a long torso, but this looks really short. And one more repeat is only 4 rows, so I'm really close. This is not too far off from the final length, and it will block out a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know how this is gonna go. It's looking really short. We'll see. I'm trusting the process. Let me tell you about the yarn, I guess. I am using a recycled wool for the main color. It is, I don't know if I have a tag. It is recycled yarn. And this used to be a Banana Republic sweater, I believe. It is just 100% wool. And this is what it looks like. This is the big cake I've been working from. When you purchase yarn from Recycled Yarn, she deconstructs commercial sweaters that are either gifted to her or thrifted, and she repurposes the yarn for use again, which is great. Absolutely love that. I have several sweater quantities from her, but because she is deconstructing an existing sweater, it's not going to be even sized skeins that she ends up with. So some skeins are larger than others, and this was a big honkin' skein. So we have a big honkin' cake. And the Surrey I'm holding with it is the Farmer's Daughter Fibers Oh Dang. Anyway, in the color, in Oh Dang, their Surrey silk base in the color Olive Oil. And I got this in a D-stash a while ago, and I'm finally getting to use it in a project. So that is the contrast color for this. And I don't know what else to say about it. I did have to size down the needle. The pattern's not out yet, so this won't mean a whole lot to any of you, but I did have to size down quite a bit for the main needle, and for the ribbing needle I went down 2 sizes for each. That's another reason I'm a little bit nervous about the length of this. I keep checking my gauge and it is spot on, but I need to double check the row gauge because the row gauge might be off. My stitch gauge is spot on. But yeah, she big, she wide. That's it. That's the only other whip I have. That's it for whips. I'm going to change the battery and then we'll start talking about acquisitions and then my trip. All right, so I have some really fun acquisitions today, because I went out of town. I had placed some orders before I left for a couple of things because I had anticipated making some money while I was out of town, and I did, so that's great. I had a very good show in Chicago. If you have not heard, I went to C2E2 in Chicago this past weekend. I worked there, I peddled my wares, sold my stuff, and it was great. Chicago, you're always good to me. I love you. So while I was there, I picked up a few things, but I also ordered a few things online and they came in while I was out of town. Maybe I'll just go like by category. Because I have some fabric that I purchased both before I left for Chicago and in Chicago. So first, I placed an order on Spoonflower for some fabrics that I have been eyeballing for a while. And now that I'm finally over my fear of the sewing machine, I wanted to make some project bags for myself because I always need more project bags, right? But these patterns, I've been wanting them. I've been wanting project bags in these patterns for a while. So I figured I'd go ahead and do it. Now these are already pre-washed, so they look not as crisp and fresh, but I got them pre-washed so I could go ahead and start making bags out of them. And I got 3 fat quarters to make bags, and the first one is a Halloween project, or a Halloween fabric design. And I got this really cute headless horseman. I love him. I saw this last year, maybe the year before, and I loved it, but didn't get it. So I have it now, and this designer also has like a unicorn, a Halloween unicorn pattern that the unicorn looks like candy corn, and its horn is a candy corn, and it's really cute, and I kind of want that one too. But for now, I just got this one. And then I got a coffee themed fabric, and this is like a mid-mod coffee pattern design. It's got some pastries and a kettle and lots of cute mugs. It's very cute, super cute. I love it. And then the last one I got is a William Morris reproduction fabric. It is the Strawberry Thief. And this is one of my favorite designs from William Morris. I adore these super vibrant colors in this one. They have a few different color varieties of this pattern, and I just really loved the super bright cornflower blues and reds in this one. I love it. So I will be having a Strawberry Thief project bag soon, sometime soon. I also picked up a few fabrics while I was in Chicago. I went to Nina Chicago because since I could not go to YarnCon, I decided I needed to give myself my own little like yarn shop tour. So I went to 3 different yarn shops while I was in Chicago. Nina was one of them, and I picked up this really pretty metallic snake fabric. Isn't that fun? And then I didn't get a contrast fabric for this. I'll see if I have something in stash. Otherwise, I may have to go shopping again. But then I got this gorgeous fat quarter of Liberty cotton. This is the Liberty of London. They have the most delicate, beautiful, expensive cotton prints. And I just couldn't resist this one. It reminds me a little bit of the Strawberry Thief fabric I just showed you. But it's so delicate and beautiful, and I got a whole fat quarter of this. And then I also picked up some canvas to use as a contrast fabric, and it's just a really pretty taupe to match the taupes in here. And that's all the fabric I got. Now also at Nina, I got a new tape measure. It says Nina Chicago, because my project, or my Notions pouch tape measure broke. So I got that. And is that it? I think that's all I got at Nina. No, that's not true. I got bodkins. I got this pack of 2 bodkins. I've been meaning to get some bodkins actually, because they just make life a little bit easier. They're what you use to pull cords and lacing through drawstring holes. And I think that's it for Nina. Now I also went to Knit One. Yes, that's the name of it, Knit One. Now the only thing I got at Knit One was a pair of sock needles, because I let a cat chew on my sock needles. It was me, it was my fault. I let the cat do it. So I got a replacement pair of sock needles, and I got this that I've been wanting. I almost ordered it, but then I said a yarn shop will have it. So I'll pick it up at a yarn shop. And I got the new Pom Pom Quarterly, the layers version. This is the spring 2023. And there are several patterns in here that I really, really want to make. Namely this one. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my god. Obsessed. There's so many good things in here. Very, very good. So that's what I got at Knit One. And then the other yarn shop I went to was Firefly Fiber Studio, I think is the full name of it. And it's actually the local yarn shop near my friend's house. So I was able to walk there from my friend's house, who I was staying with. And at Firefly, I got, oh, I also picked up a couple of soak individual packs from Knit One, because I will be gifting some things, and those are great to throw into gifts. But back to what I was saying. At Firefly, I picked up some handmade ceramic buttons from Once We Were Monsters. And I adore these. These are just tiny little shirt buttons that I plan to use for a button-up shirt that I really want to start like really soon. So I got those. And then I got a skein of EcoView Fiber Mill Ranger Merino Bulky. Now EcoView Fiber Mill, I've used their yarn several times. I adore it. I love it so much. They went out of business. So all of the EcoView Fiber Mill yarn that's in the world is all there is. So what shops have is all they have, and this shop had a lot of the Ranger Merino Bulky, and since I can't get it anymore, I jumped on it. I loved this color. It's a really bright, almost neon coral, and I think it would just be a really fun hat. So I bought this for hat stash. And then, is that all I got from? Yeah, that's all I got from Firefly. Mail acquisitions. I got my pre-order from my friend Rochelle of Sassafras Knits. I participated in the Comfort Zones pre-order, and I got a stitch marker and a progress keeper. The stitch marker is the button mushroom, and I got the Sled Dogs progress keeper. It's got a dog paw and then some really pretty stones. Ooh. And then I also got a couple of yarny Happy Mails. Now this one I'm very excited about, but does not look nearly as exciting in the skein as it does in real life. But I got this yarn from Area 51 Fibers. It is called I'm Seeing Rainbows. And it is the brightest, most fun, happy rainbow self-striping yarn I've ever seen, ever. And I can't wait to cast this on. I might have to do it now. It just doesn't look, it's beautiful in the skein, like you can see the colors, but the real effect happens when you knit it up. This one is great. I'm so excited. So I got that. And then I got the February K-Drama Yarn Club from Bumblebee Acres Farm. So if you don't want a spoiler for, just kidding, March. So if you don't want to see a spoiler for the March K-Drama Yarn Club, then skip ahead a little bit. This is Crash Landing on You, which is a very fun K-drama that I watched for the first time fairly recently, like this year. And I order the sock set on Coquette sock base, which is a 75% superwash Corriedale and 25% nylon. And here it is. Here it comes. Isn't it fun? Look at that purple, that like lilac-y, purpley blue color. And some hot pink speckles and this army green. The pink mini is just perfect. It's so good. It's so good. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I went ahead and bought April as well. So if everything goes to plan, I will be getting every month of this club. I cannot resist K-drama themed yarn. And that's it for yarny acquisitions. The only other acquisitions I have to show you are things I got from C2E2 from the con. Now, these are not all for me, but some of them are for me. But I managed to pick up some really cute, fun things at the convention, but not too much. I have just this bag with some things in it and then a couple of goodies over here. I picked up, while I was at the con, this print from The Creeping Moon, and it is a print of a storefront. It's a beautiful matte texture of art supplies and stationery, and it's snowy. It's so cute. So I picked up that print. Then I picked up some stickers for me. I picked up the Swamp Thing just because I thought he was cute. The artist who did this had like a special on 3 stickers for $5 or something, or 3 for 10. It might have been 3 for 10. So I needed a third, and this was the third guy I picked up. I love him. He's so cute. The second one was for Brad, and it is a ghost in a chair, and I'm kind of jealous. I kind of want to keep him for myself. But he's a ghost in a chair and is a transparent sticker. So when he's on something, you can kind of see through him. And then the third one was also for Brad. I got him this Grim Reaper. It says, "See you later." And he's holographic. Then from another artist, I got this patch for Brad for his backpack. Shrimp Enthusiast. This artist has so many shrimp things and I love it. Brad loves to eat shrimp. And then from another artist, I got this incredible sticker. Don't laugh at me. But it's Buff Frog and Toad. If y'all have never been to a comic convention, you're really missing out on the Artist Alley. There are some brilliant genius minds in the Artist Alley, and whoever paints Buff Frog and Toad is my hero. Then I got 2 bags. One of these is for me and one is for my sister that I will be gifting her to her for her birthday. And I got her this Kirby tote. It does have handles, but it is a screen printed Kirby tote and it's got some cutie Kirby's on it. So cute, I love it. I don't remember all of these artists, so I'm sorry about that. I followed most of them on Instagram, but I could not tell you who they are now. And then the last tote, or the other tote I got, is for me that I will more than likely be using as a project bag, but we will see. But this one is a nice, like, heavy duty tote. Makes sense because it was twice the price of this one. But this is also a screen printed tote and it has a steampunk night lady on it. She's beautiful. I love her. She's got steam coming out of her shoulder armor. Incredible. So good. So I got a new big tote. I love getting artist totes to use as like large project bags. I think they're so much more affordable than getting like big fancy project bags, like ones that are big enough to hold sweaters and blankets and stuff. Large projects. You can get so much more bang for your buck when you buy a tote, and I love getting practical, usable items from artists that I love. So I kill all the birds with one stone by getting artist totes. It's one of my favorite things to get. And that's it for acquisitions. I think that was plenty. So I'm not going to go into my trip very much now at this point because I kind of told you most everything. I went to Chicago, I went to C2E2, I spent a few extra days there to hang out with my friends who I was staying with. We ate some really delicious food. I bought some stuff. It was great. Hopefully I get word soon that my car is ready for pickup. A little bit all over the place today because I had to stop a couple of times, but that's okay. I had other things to do too. I have other things to do today. I'm still recovering from being out of town for an entire week. But thanks so much for joining me today. If you haven't heard, there's a Discord for this podcast. I'll link it down below if you want to join us over there. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see y'all next time.